We all know about those times we have chatting with our friends over some drinks. The one where it was so fun and interesting that you wish you were recording the conversation to listen back and reminisce on those good times. Well, we decided to do just that. Hear what it's like when three friends get into topics that are definitely not suitable for the casual weekend night meetups here on Bar Talk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the now third episode of Bar Talk, where we talk about things that you wouldn't normally talk about around a bar. Um, Today I am here with Connor
How's it going, everybody?
and Caleb,
Yo, what's up?
and we're going to talk about some micronations. Oh, and by the way, I'm AJ, and I'm running this topic, so here we go. Um, So basically, a micronation is a unidentified country that is claimed by either one or several people that that just were tired of the rules in their country or tired of something or saw a free piece of land or just like, you know what, this is our country now and we're gonna make it so. They're usually unrecognized on the world stage and don't really have a voice. Um,
Taliban's.
Not the Taliban. Um, and yeah, so they're pretty interesting though. There's a lot of crazy ones all over the world. And first though, I want to talk about the difference between micronations and microstates. Microstates are recognized by the UN and do exist. There are several microstates in existence. The first one being Monaco, San, second San Marino, the Vatican City, where the Pope lives, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and Andorra, all of which are in Europe. And yeah, so those are all the ones that are recognized, and they're all like based off of old principalities from the Middle Ages, and they're pretty cool. And then some other micronations, but we don't really call them micronations because they're more or less city states. Um, Singapore, Hong Kong. Well, they're not really a micronation anymore, but or microstate, I should say. Sorry. Um, and there is another one. It's slipping my mind. Oh, the Maldives are considered a microstate. But we're here to talk about the more fun ones that aren't recognized. So, a micro. So, we all have our own little countries that we want to talk about. So I will let Connor take it away and with the first one.
Yeah, so the first one that I wanted to discuss about is uh, a pretty interesting one, and the fact that it started from a housing crisis in Denmark. So, uh, in Denmark in the early 1970s, there was a huge housing problem. So, all these squatters took over this old military compound that was abandoned and some of the surrounding areas from it and just started living there by themselves. And more people came to live in this community that, wasn't recognized anywhere on official documents or papers of people living there. So they weren't being taxed or anything like that. And it later turned into the free town of Christiania. So the free town of Christiania, one could call it a bit of a hippie commune.
Oh
And
yeah,
the reason why it would be considered a hippie commune is because its main export in its early heydays was
weed.
marijuana,
Yes.
just like any hippie commune. So back then, there wasn't any crackdown on it or any of their operations at all whatsoever. And the people lived pretty peacefully there. They were actually a pretty democratic society, and the fact that whenever they wanted to add something or discuss, the terms of how people lived in that society, everybody, and I mean everybody, had a say in what happened in Freetown, Christiania. So they would have this giant assembly, and you needed to have a 100% vote for something to be done, or else it wouldn't be done. Which sounds like nothing got done there if you have one of the purest forms of democracy being run. But thankfully, uh, the people would come to compromises in order to actually have things operate. So one of the problems that started in Freetown, Christiania, was the fact that they were pretty lenient on drugs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it grew from just marijuana to people using hardcore drugs as well.
Mm.
So when they started having problems with that and these drug dens popping up, that got the attention of the official Danish government. So they wanted to come in and deal with that. So the people, not wanting the government to get involved with their peaceful commune, decided to deal with it in their own terms.
Oh,
So
that's really interesting. So how did they go about dealing with it? They just like a crackdown, or was it just like how'd they do it?
so they came out with statements saying that they were no longer going to allow these drug dens for users of hardcore drugs such as
Oh, okay.
heroin, which was a huge problem. So they had all these heroin dens popping up everywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
And, instead of the standard modern society way of dealing with heroin users, which is locking them up and treating them very harshly, they
Mhm.
instead told them, stop using the drugs. We're going to give you all the help we can give you to help you kick the habit.
Kind of
And
like rehab.
yeah, it was rehab. They just helped all these people get into rehab, and it was actually very successful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And all this
So
was
they were
in
able to get the government's eye off their back from doing that, but unfortunately, that the problems didn't stop there. So when
Mm.
you have a giant marijuana business, you're gonna get the attraction of criminal organizations,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's true.
one of the problems that they had to deal with was biker gangs.
Really?
biker
Yes,
gangs, like full on like Harley Davidson, all that.
yes, because
That's
people
amazing.
didn't know this, but uh, back at that time, biker gangs were extremely prominent in Northern Europe, and to the point where even American biker gangs, such as the Hells Angels, had
Mhm.
chapters in Denmark and Scandinavia and Sweden and all
Really?
these countries.
See, I looked up this. I looked up the Free State of Christiania, or at least some parts of it, and I didn't hear anything about the biker gangs. That's crazy. I never saw
Yeah,
it.
there was one biker gang that moved in to Christiania,
Mhm.
and no joke, their name was the Bullshit Gang.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
so this biker gang was doing classic just biker gang activities. So setting up their own shops,
mhm.
getting into scuffles with the locals, and causing havoc, and of course being extremely noisy with their motorcycles,
Yeah, why
Yeah.
which
not?
is which is funny because the Free State of Christiania doesn't allow motorized vehicles into their commune at all.
Oh,
Instead, they
really?
bike everywhere,
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
and they actually created their own form of bike, which has this giant cart on the front of it. So they're
Hmm.
able to transport small children as well as groceries and luggage around.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty creative. I mean, I guess if you're not using motor vehicles, that would be what you do.
It's
Um,
because they had no room for parking in their commune, and cars
oh,
were just going to be too cumbersome and the roads were too small. So instead of having to deal with that hassle, they said, okay, no cars allowed. If you needed to do transport, just use carts and bikes, and we'll make it super simple.
yeah.
So the BS gang moved in,
Mhm.
and they got involved with something that was called the Nordic Biker Gang War,
Oh god. Okay.
where all these different biker gangs started attacking one another and causing such a huge problem to the point where if they were involved with chapters in the United States, they
Mhm.
got involved with this war. So the small private war of biker gangs was an international conflict.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm glad to see biker gangs have reached the level of world wars now. That's cool. Uh, yes,
Oh
let's
yeah,
have.
it's insane because some of these uh members of these gangs,
Mhm.
they were former military personnel.
Oh,
So you
really?
have these guys involved in this small conflict that have military training and remembered where the armories of some of their old bases were. So they would actually do these operations to break into the military bases that they were formerly part of,
Oh, yeah?
get into the armories, and so now you had these biker gang members armed with the state of the art rifles, hand grenades, and in some cases rocket launchers.
Oh my
Wait, so like,
gosh.
were they breaking into like these legit military bases or just like the made up ones?
Like legit military bases.
So wait, they were breaking
Oh.
into military bases that were guarded by military personnel and getting weapons.
There's a reason why the United States military is number one.
So they went up to the Danish military and said, "Give me your guns," and they were just like, "Well, shit, I guess we got to give them our guns."
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Uh,
That's
So,
so. Oh my god.
that
yeah, so the
that
violence
would
got
uh
really, really bad. Oh, go ahead.
I know, I was just gonna say that would totally not happen here in the US. Like if somebody drove up in a bike, or even if there were like 10 bikes that drove up to one of these US bases, the MPs would be like cross these lines without proper identification, we will shoot you on sight.
Oh yeah, I mean, you roll up to a military base without ID, you're gonna get shot. Like that's it. There's no questions asked. You just get a bullet to the head.
Yeah.
Um, hey, you want a free extra hole in your brain? There you go. But yeah, this is wild. I knew it was in Denmark, and I knew it was like a hippie commune. I didn't know it was on a military base though. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so the
So like,
military base that Free Christiania was founded upon was an abandoned military base. So these
mm,
biker gangs never got armaments from the old bases that were there.
oh,
Uh,
okay,
this is activity done in other locations, but of course, they were able to smuggle all these state of the art weapons and all the munitions around
yeah,
to all these other European countries to fuel this conflict going on between all these gangs. And unfortunately, that boiled over to the Free State of Christiania as well. So
mm,
now that these people are being terrorized by these biker gangs shooting at each other, uh, civilians were getting caught in the crossfire. So
yeah,
now, once again, the government came in to investigate, and one of these biker shops that the BS gang set up, they
mm-hmm.
found a cut up body of one of their of one of their enemies under the
Jeez,
floorboards from one of these other gangs.
jeez. All right.
So now all the citizens, which I think they call the citizens of Christiania Christianites,
Mm,
uh, they decided to all come in mass to tell these biker gangs to leave, that they're not welcome there anymore.
yeah.
And even though these are rough and tough guys, armed with guns, there's like five of you stationed at one workshop, and a
Yeah.
thousand people come to your doorstep telling you to leave. You're probably gonna leave.
Yeah, I'll say.
So after they got rid of them, they said, okay, no more motorcycles, no more motorcycle patches. In fact, all biker club and or biker game patches are just now banned. You're not allowed to bring them in to the free state of Christiania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But
So,
the
like,
problems just kept on coming and coming to the point where the Danish government eventually said, you know what, this land, this is not some, you know, independent state. We still own this. You guys have to register and start paying taxes and all that, or
yeah,
we're gonna, the boot's gonna come on your face. So
yeah.
the people were freaking out, and they decided to set up a an organization that
Oh, okay.
would own the land, but everybody living there, pitching in for this organization, still technically didn't own the land, and neither did the government. So it was because one of their main focuses was no Christianite owns the land. It's a commune. We all share it. We're all in this together.
So kind of
Yeah.
So
like a
that was a way of
utopian.
getting past that.
So is this place still around?
Yeah, it's actually still a big tourist attraction, and even though they don't allow any open marijuana markets, and the the Danish government has come out and said that they've cleared all marijuana operations there. Let's be honest, they probably haven't gotten rid of all of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so anybody can freely walk in there. They still don't allow cars in there.
Mm.
People can actually sign up to become a citizen of the Free State of Christiania.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
it's just that the waiting period is like a couple years.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Um, dude, this is crazy. Like I didn't know there was that much more history to it. So like, God, that's wild. Like, I still can't imagine they got caught up in an international biker gang war. Like, how do they enforce their rules too? Does everyone just follow what they say, or like, do they have like an enforcement
Yeah, so they don't
policy?
have like a police force.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody there was just kind of working together because, as you can imagine, when you're not relying on the state, you have to rely on your neighbors.
Yeah,
So, to the point where they were making their own houses just
I
with anything that was left on this property, which uh, kind of grew into all the houses in Christiania being very organic because they were just using material that was left over from these compounds and bases that they would just turn into their living quarters. And people made houses, people were able to make shops. At one point there was a blacksmithing operation.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think at one point the blacksmithing operation was manned by all women, which,
Oh wow.
so just like the furnace, sounds pretty hot.
it it does, doesn't it? Imagine some attractive Danish women just pounding away at some iron. Man, doesn't that get you a little riled up?
Yeah. So it's a huge tourist attraction, and unfortunately, the original members, most of
Mhm.
them have left, and even if they come back to visit, they say that the Free State of Christianity that they started kind of no longer exists.
Oh,
So
really?
back then, everybody just kind of wanted to be left alone, didn't want to deal with the government,
Mm,
and even though they were kind of able to still attain some of that, because
yeah,
so many people come around the world to see this compound and to look at the history, they
yeah,
treat all the buildings and everybody living in there like they're part of the attraction. So you can imagine how, upset somebody living there would be when, you're just trying to like, mind your own business. You're sitting at your living room table
Yeah.
eating your breakfast and somebody comes up to your window to take a photo of you. It can get pretty annoying.
yeah. I can imagine they gotta like enforce. They probably can't get rid of the tourism because it probably makes good money. But like, they gotta at least like monitor it or like create some boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And what's cool is that they even have their own flag, which I'm sure when we get into the other micronations, we're going to see that a lot of them make their own flags.
oh yeah,
But theirs is pretty cool because it's a red backdrop with three yellow or golden dots in the center, and those three dots represent the dots in the three eyes in the name Christiania.
no, really,
Yeah,
that's funny. Um, that's pretty cool. Well, I want to talk about Sealand. Sealand is wild because it started in the 60s or 70s as a pirate radio station, right? Because basically what it was originally was the British built up these little like forts in the middle of the English Channel, right? Close to their border or their land because they don't really have a border, don't they? They're an island. Um and they built them all during World War II to keep the Germans out, right? But they never tore them down. So basically, people would use them as pirate radio stations, at least in the 70s and 80s. They'd start doing that. So then this guy, I forgot his name, which is really bad, but like he just declares himself to be the king of like one of these forts in the middle of the ocean, right? And well, I think it was no, it's the Principality of Sealand. So he became the sovereign prince of Sealand, and he just kicks out all the other radio guys, declares himself independent, and his wife becomes the. Actually, no, I think it was. I think it. I think he did. I think his wife did become the queen, so he was a king. Yeah, I think that's right. So he becomes the king of this like little pylon, right? But and it was outside of British waters at the time before they expanded their exclusive economic zone. So they had an incident where basically some guy from Germany tried to invest in their little island operation, so sort of island operation, and they ended up getting taken over by these German guys, right? And kicked off their little base
That's funny.
and back to England. And they tried to sue, I guess, an English court or something like. Oh no, they didn't sue an English court. What they did was um they went back with guns and basically arrested the German guys and held them and until Germany basically came to claim their citizens. Um, and basically Germany went to England and it tried to go through the English court, right? But they wouldn't recognize it because it's a different country, Sealand. So they have a like de facto recognition from Germany as being a real country, which I think is insane. Um, Which is wild. They also do, I think they do Bitcoin mining there. I watched a dude get
Bitcoin.
a tour. Yes, Bitcoin mining.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
And they also have their own constitution, their own flag, their own royal
Uh,
family.
they have a
Uh
royal family.
yes. It's actually I think the king left it to his eldest son. So yeah, it's a
Yes.
wild it's a wild freaking
Jeez.
history. I summed it up really poorly, but like I haven't slept well in the past couple days, so my brain is just kind of like um but yeah, it's a really cool and it's a really wild place. I also did this research like 2 weeks ago because yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. Like the principality, I think is what it's called now, the Principality of Sealand. It's a really interesting place. They have their own Minister of Defense. They have their
Uh-oh.
own like economics guys. It's crazy. They're like basically a real country except like not.
Yeah.
And I think they have their own soccer team too.
Their own like
Um
legit soccer team, like a nation soccer
yeah.
team.
Mhm. And they
Wow.
play against other unrecognized micronations. So I think they played. I think I heard like something about them playing against the nation of Åland, which is like some weird Swedish island that is its own country, or for better or worse, I guess. And yeah, there's a whole tournament and everything. It's pretty wild. It
Jeez.
I
goes
want to see a
on
recording of that.
a recording of the game. I'm not sure if there is one, to be honest, but like,
That'd be so funny because these people aren't like pro athletes at all.
yeah, no,
It just looked like a pickup game of soccer, but they are represented with their own flags and everything.
yeah. The Sealand flag is
Yeah.
actually really cool.
Well,
It's like slanted bars and it's like red, white, and black. And it's actually pretty interesting to look at.
red one. Nice.
Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, they have their own constitution. I think I already said that, but you can also purchase like a lordship or a ladyship on their website. They have their own website. They have merch you can buy.
Is that the only
Like
way they make money?
well, Bitcoin mining also.
Yeah.
Um that and whatever business they do on the English mainland. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty cool. They have a really interesting history of like pirates and the navy and some random German con man trying to take over their stuff, and they managed to fend them all off. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think
you
that
got to defend your homeland and your flag and your country, right?
I know, right? Yeah, You gotta defend your tiny little abandoned naval base in the middle of the English Channel. Uh,
Every square inch of it.
All about
yeah,
patriotism.
exactly. Every 3 square inches. No, I'm just kidding.
Uh, well,
uh,
I I've got a pretty interesting one if yours is wrapped up.
oh yeah, sure, go for it.
All right, so this one I think you guys will find pretty interesting. So I do have a question for you guys. Would you say that space is unclaimed or claimed territory?
I think the moon is claimed by like 3 different countries, maybe.
What about space in general?
Probably not.
Well, then I'd like to introduce to you James Thomas Mangan. Basically, in 1949, he claimed the entire universe minus the Earth.
Wait, what?
Yes. So he, no joke, um, wrote, I think, around 70 something different uh, secretaries from different nations, telling them to um, basically recognize this new micronation or claimed territory. And he apparently was able to claim all of space and even challenged anybody. He would say, like, okay, anybody who can prove to me that I don't own this, I will give $500 to. And apparently, there was a huge debate over, I don't know, I think it was like 10-year time span, but it was basically
Oh my god.
all of these lawyers from different nations and different states in the US basically debated against this guy, trying to prove that he doesn't own it, but none of them, I guess, couldn't prove who actually owns it because, it's unclaimed territory, and he claimed that, he owns it, and up until then, everybody would have been like, yeah, I don't know if anybody does or can own space, and so this guy actually got his own seat at the UN.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He
How did I not hear about this?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it this gets even better. So, do you know what a nihil obstet is?
Nihil obstat? Maybe? I
So,
think so.
basically, what it is, it's a authoritative approval, basically saying, "Yep, we approve of this or whatever." And guess where he receives his claim of territory from?
I don't know where.
The United States Secret Service.
No!
No way.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
it gets
god.
even better. He starts printing up his own stamps, his own coins, his own bills. He
Oh
has
my
an
god.
entire currency. So he was able, it is called the Nation of Celestial Space. So anything that is not Earth, this guy owns. Well, he's not alive now, but his son, uh, James is son is also named James, but his son
Okay.
now owns apparently he's a representative of all of space.
So basically this guy just owns the entire universe minus Earth.
Correct. So you can
That's not a micronation, that's like a macronation. That's
yeah.
like
That
the
is
biggest.
a galactic empire. That's what I would call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the crazy part was when I was researching this is the fact that the U.S. Secret Service, in my opinion, one of the best agencies on this entire planet, gave him the approval of basically saying, "Yeah, you own this." So,
So basically any space mining, he has to approve essentially, right?
yeah, and get this, apparently he grants passage. Well, not him, but his son and representatives grants passage to different satellites that want to pass through different areas. Oh
Really?
yeah.
Oh my god. What did they do for the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, which just kind of go out into infinite nowhere?
Well, within that,
Like,
I think within the time span up until now, most of the major launches that NASA and all of them did he was
Mhm.
still trying to claim territory. So I guess the nation was like, yeah, we're still gonna do this. But apparently now he has his from what I researched, I could be wrong, but I looked it up several times. Anyone could correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently he has his own seat at the UN, and yeah, the U.S. Secret Service was like, well, we approve of your territorial claim, and I guess all of space is yours.
Dude, that is insane. Like, imagine just being like, you know what? I claim the entire universe except Earth. And I mean, no one can really disagree with you, right?
Yeah,
Because you're
exactly.
just like, well, he doesn't own anything on Earth. It doesn't really affect us
You
directly.
know what
Yeah, I guess you can have a galactic empire. Why
Oh
not?
yeah, and
Um,
you know what I find funny is
what?
I couldn't even imagine being this kid's or this person's teacher when he was a kid growing up. It's like, all right, everyone, what do you want to be when you grow up? The kids go down the line like, oh, I don't know, I want to be a farmer, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a policeman, and this one kid stands up and be like, well, guess what? I'm gonna own all of space.
I'm gonna be the galactic emperor. Bow down before me, peasants.
And I shall create the first order.
Oh God. So there's this one guy. His son owns all of the
Yeah, I think
universe.
there's like I forgot what it was called, but I think there's even like
Hmm.
a small like government. There's this guy who has um apparently a fan of it, bought this guy's book,
Oh
the
yeah.
founder. It was basically like a guideline, um and all of that. But it was when I found this, I was trying to look up which ones to talk about, and when I found this, I was like, you know what? This is the best one I've found.
Dude, this is the best thing I've ever heard. So, like, this guy's son, does he have a seat at the UN? Does he actually go to all their meetings and it's just like, yeah, you guys can go through space, don't worry.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I don't think they really pay attention to much of it now because, but I would assume he still technically has a seat at the UN. But after his father passed, it
mhm.
didn't really say much of what his son did. But basically, they called it the largest inheritance in history.
Well, yeah, he's inheriting literally the entire
Yeah,
universe.
it,
Yeah,
Like,
but
the never-ending, expanding vastness of space.
yeah. So you
so
wait. So would that mean if you know how Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars? With all of that,
yeah,
does that mean Elon Musk has to ask permission?
That's what I was going to bring up
probably.
earlier. Is that if Elon Musk is going to send like the first manned mission to Mars, this guy could come up with something and say like, okay, I will allow you to go to
If
Mars,
you pay me
but
something.
I have to be on that rocket.
Yeah.
I have to go with you guys.
Yeah. What I would say is like you have to, but for your landing, any trash you leave, you have to pick up, obviously, and for your passage, you have to pay me X amount of dollars
Oh,
or
dude, if
whatever.
I was that guy, I would totally say that to Elon Musk. I'd be like, okay, guess what? My dad passed down to me the entirety of space. So you're gonna pay me I'm gonna say $2.5 million to pass through this atmosphere to get to this new planet.
Let's see. You passed through at least 5 sectors. That's gonna be about I say about $2 to $2.5 million just for your
Oh wait,
passage
no,
there,
not
bud.
just I guess we're not doing dollars anymore. We could just, go ahead and call them credits.
Oh yeah, is that his currency? Does he use credits?
It didn't say. It just says he was beginning to print. Oh, here it is. The Celestia gold dollars.
Yo, I need to get me one of
Celestia
those.
gold dollars.
So, yeah,
Dude,
so look it up and see if you cannot buy into this currency. I'm not sure how much it's worth or what the value is, but apparently it's
I'm
like
looking
a
it up right
legit
now.
Yeah,
currency.
I'm looking it up as well.
Celestia gold
Dollars.
dollars. I spelled it wrong, but
Basically, it
hold on.
was the imminent minting of official outer space currency.
The nation of celestial
Yep.
space. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Six of their coins is worth $13,900.
Wait, actually?
Yes,
Wait, hold on.
because there's solid gold.
Yeah, dude. Some of these designs are actually pretty dope.
So this guy could actually make a freaking ton of money.
Dude, this is yeah, hold on.
Holy shizer.
Celestia, the nation of celestial space. Hold on. Let me look up Celestia.
Yeah, because honestly, I was looking at interesting nations to look up. There was one about this school project that turned into a micronation, and I saw the one about the entirety of space owned by this one guy, and I was like, wait, there's no way you could just lay claim to, you know, millions and millions of miles wide of territory.
Not millions.
Yeah.
Talking about hundreds of trillions of
And you
miles.
could,
I like how it's called a micronation. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not even Micronation. This drives me insane though, is that this guy's currency is actually backed by gold because it's made out of gold,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
means this guy's made up nation for all of space has more financial security than the United States dollar.
This is amazing. His
Dude.
flag is just a giant hashtag in a circle. This
Yeah,
is
it is.
great. And it's like location, entire universe excluding Earth.
It's like, nah, we don't want Earth.
Official
We just want the entire nation or the entirety of space.
hybrid republic monarchy.
Dude.
And apparently it's still
Oh
active.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, because
that's incredible.
his father died in like 1970 and he passed it on to his son. And I'm like, wait, did he have any other kids? Because if he passed it on to his son and he had other kids, the other kids must have been like, wait, hold up, I want space.
I know, right? But like,
You'll be the
let's see,
representative
there are
of
19,000 members of this country as of 1959. Holy
Oh
crap.
wait, so you guys want to become a member of it?
I mean, sure, I'll become a member of the Nation of Space. Apparently, the currency is ergs, joules, and celestons.
Celestons. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I think
Yeah.
what it says here is like 100 ergs equaling 10 joules, which equals one
Hmm.
celestron. So I'm guessing that's the largest version of their currency.
Yeah, gold. The celestons are gold. The joules are silver. And then I don't know what an erg is. It doesn't
Well,
say.
it says
Probably
so
bronze.
basically it says it's imitating cents, dimes, and dollars. So I'm guessing the celeston is imitating a dollar,
A
and the
dollar.
dimes is imitating the joules, and the ergs are
Yeah.
imitating the cents.
Dang. Yeah, I guess. That's really interesting. This is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, like honestly, after reading about this, I was like, you know what? I think it would be cool to have like an official certificate saying, "Oh yeah, I am a official member of this space country." So whenever space travel goes up, then I am an official member
Mhm.
of space. Wait,
Dude,
does that
that's
mean he owns
that's
Space Force?
he
Space Force are the invaders.
yeah, exactly. The US can't actually invade space because it's claimed by someone.
Which
Because of
technically
course
means
it
that
would
the
be,
United
right?
States is invading space right now as we know it because uh the only military base in history to have AJ, what do you call restricted airspace? Yeah, the only military
Um,
base to have
yeah.
restricted airspace that's so high it actually goes out of the Earth's
Let me guess,
atmosphere
China.
is Area
Oh wait,
51.
Oh, I
seriously?
bet.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, their restricted airspace is so it goes up so high, it's like past the Earth's
What are they
atmosphere.
protecting?
Yeah. Well, it's prohibited airspace. Because restricted airspace you can go through when it's not active. Prohibited airspace is airspace that you can never go through
Yeah.
ever.
They have prohibited airspace, which means that they are invading this guy's empire.
Jeez.
They're they're invading the space empire, the nation of Celestia.
Wow.
Um,
What do you wow.
Maybe he's not at war with the United States military. Maybe he's just at war with Area 51 itself.
Well, I
oh
mean,
God.
wait, so would that be let's see. I'm guessing that would make the United States military like an ally of this guy or something.
Probably. I could see that. I could see that, to be honest.
Dude,
Like,
but that's still so
um,
crazy.
yeah,
I want to know what this guy says when he's at these UN meetings. Like all these important people talking about serious topics, like the speaker's up on the podium and is like, yes, so unfortunately, due to a low yield in wheat production in Ethiopia, means that 3 million people are going to starve. Does anybody have any ideas? And this guy just
He
still thinking
just
it's all a joke. He just stands up and he's like, "Well, if we do find any edible food in space, I will let Ethiopia know." And everybody's just kind of like putting their
like
heads in
what?
their hands, like, can he just leave? Can he just
You know what?
leave,
Well,
please?"
sorry, we can't really help. The space nation of Celestia is currently dealing with the damage from the diamond rain on Neptune. We can't really.
Dude, this kid or this guy who founded it was probably that
Mhm.
one kid in class that everybody was like, "Oh, not this guy again."
Yeah. Oh man, that's so insane though that he managed to get a seat at the UN.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like, yeah, could doing during can you provide aid for the current sulfuric acid rains on Venus? We need some help down there. Getting pretty nasty. Uh
We have a lot of butt hurt people in this nation. Can we just deport them to, oh, I don't know, Uranus because they're so butthurt?
oh my gosh. Oh my
Was that it? Was that just a
uh,
dad joke I heard?
oh my
Yes,
god.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wait, so does that
Let's
wait, so I guess all the jokes about like deporting Mexicans and all that, if Mexico ever
oh
runs out
god.
of space, we could literally send them to space.
To be fair, if we just support them, they're just gonna come back. But it
Yeah, that's
doesn't. It
true.
does honestly.
Swim through space? How are they gonna do that?
Oh wait, no, you can't deport someone from space. If you deport someone from space, yeah, they can't really get
Oh,
back, can they? Uh,
wait, so deporting oh
Deportation
wait, that's just an
is
execution.
just gonna be shooting them through the airlock.
no, we're gonna space these fools. We're gonna just shoot them out through the airlock. No, no mercy.
Wait, so
Um.
does this guy
Oh
have like
god.
any violations uh or any rules that if these
I don't
that
know. I literally did not hear about this until you brought it up,
that's what
man.
that's what
Like
How
I've
can you
I've
read about this
researched.
guy?
I literally have not heard of this nation. I looked up a lot of micronations because I was just like,
yeah.
dang, I gotta brush up on my knowledge, right? Even my knowledge of Sealand was still a little rusty. But like, it's God, that's crazy. Like, imagine being like, yeah, you kind of screwed up, buddy, and you're a citizen of what is it, Mars? Okay, we're deporting you to Kepler 33b. Um, like you're gonna go mine for the rest of your life in the middle of space. No, I don't know. It's
Uh,
just it's just so wild to me. I wanted to talk about something else, but this is just so much
oh
better.
yeah.
It's crazy that this guy is he actually has a seat at the UN, which means that like that's a a form of recognition, like recognizing that he is an actual nation. The closest thing I was able to get to in my research was this one island called North Dumpling Island. It's a
Oh
super
yeah.
it's a super small island off the coast of Connecticut, and this guy, claimed it as a micronation as a joke, but apparently he was really good friends with President George
Oh,
Bush.
Oh
so
yeah, I
wait,
heard
So
did
about
George Bush
this.
allowed him to have it as a micronation?
no, so he never recognized it as an independent sovereign nation, but he did sign a non-aggression pact with
Oh
North Dumpling
yeah.
Island.
That see, I knew about that. I can't believe I didn't remember it. But like, yeah, it was claimed by like this retired army guy or something like, or a retired Air Force guy. I can't remember
Dude.
who what branch he was in, but he like claimed it and he was just like, you know what, this is a micronation now. And then the president was just like, yeah, we'll sign a non-aggression pact with you. Don't worry, we're not going to do anything. Uh, just oh god, the world is a crazy
Oh yeah.
place, man. And we could talk about more micronations, but I want to talk about the Conch Republic because this is wild. So basically, the
I
whole
love
thing
this story.
happened
Huh?
was basically there was a lot of like illegal immigration from Cuba coming to the Key
Yeah.
West, right? And in order to kind of um I don't know, filter what came from Key West, the US government set up basically a border checkpoint on the 7 Mile Bridge on the south side on the south end of Miami. And the what was it? I think it was the governor of Key West was just like, you know what? If you're gonna treat us like a separate nation, we're just going to become a separate nation, and he just declared independence, and then declared war on the
Wait,
U.S.
wait, what?
Uh,
Actually, what?
yeah, he declared war on the U.S. for like 5 minutes, and then like surrendered, and then like or didn't surrender. Then he just stopped it somehow. I think it was a surrender. And then he's just like they came up with their own flag. I think they had their own national anthem, their own
No way.
passports. Um, yeah, it's called the Contra Republic, and I can't remember all their skirmishes with the U.S. So, Connor, do you want to add on to this or like?
Yeah. So when when they officially stated themselves as an independent nation and called themselves the Contra Republic, um, obviously nobody really cared, but the U.S. Coast Guard decided to run drills near the
Bruh.
islands.
Oh yeah.
So all the citizens saw that as a form of aggression and an invasion. So everybody that had a boat got on their boats to go meet these Coast
No
Guard
way.
ships, and they started shooting water
Ah.
guns at the Coast Guard and throwing stale baguettes at the Coast Guard.
Stale baguettes. Oh my god, I didn't hear about that.
And guess who
I did not.
retreated?
No,
The
What?
United States Coast
no.
Guard.
What?
Contra Public 1, United States Coast
Wha
Guard
what
0.
what
Oh my
were they
gosh.
thinking like, "Oh, yeah, we're not gonna waste bullets on these baguettes."
They
They
were hit
probably
with
were
a
thinking these people are just still United States citizens. They just all have lost their minds. We're not gonna get on the news by shooting at them. Let's just leave.
they're probably just like, "You know what? I don't feel like getting soaked and hit with stale bread today. Let's just go home." But that's funny because I remember seeing a picture of that. Like, I think it was like on like a Wikipedia page or something, where it's just like this guy in a sailboat next to a Coast Guard ship, like shooting a water gun at him or throwing something at him. I was just like, what are they throwing? Are they throwing rocks at the Coast Guard? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think if
That's
they threw
that's
rocks,
funny
the Coast
though.
Guard would take it a bit more seriously.
Well, yeah, but they were also, but I think it was done more as a protest, but this is like the funniest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, because they had their own flag. They literally took the US flag down and put up their own flag. Oh man. That I can't believe, and it was a legal entity too that did this,
Uh,
which is the funnier part because it's just like the actual like official governor of Key West was just like, you know what, we're gonna become our own country now, and everyone in Key West was just like, yep.
uh oh, wait, check this out. So I found something else in regards to the, nation of celestial space. Uh,
Oh,
so in
okay.
1967, there was the, UN Outer Space Treaty, which basically
Oh my
designed
goodness.
for two things: bar individual countries from claiming sovereignty over celestial bodies, and bar anyone
Mhm.
from putting nukes in space. And Article 2
Yeah.
of the treaty basically stated outer space, including the moon and other celestial bodies, is not subject to national appropriation. This is all from the Slate website, which is basically just a huge article website. And I found this on this. It was basically the province of all mankind. And I was like,
Oh,
basically,
okay.
it's saying that every nation is, has the freedom to go about space and, basically use it as like international waters. Um, so this
Okay.
guy still owns it. And this article,
So how did the space empire react to that?
well, it says nothing much, just as long as, peace is, recognized and nothing is threatened. Um, in terms of one nation threatening the sky, or a war breaks out in space or something. But basically this guy still owns it, and this article is basically from the UN, is basically just saying, oh yeah, you other nations are allowed to go into space, into this guy's territory, um, but
Yeah.
is still going to follow these guidelines.
Okay, that's super interesting because they have to legally be like, okay, yeah, don't worry, bro, you still own space, but we gotta monitor
Yeah.
everyone else here on Earth,
I
okay?
bet you every other
Like,
member at the UN, when they were making up this
mhm.
treaty, they were probably like, "Oh, we have to make up this treaty because of this idiotic guy who thinks he owns space."
Well, no,
Well,
he
yeah.
doesn't think he owns space. He does own
Yeah.
space.
Well, yeah. Basically, it's just just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, basically, but he has like 20,000 members, so hey, that's quite the
Oh yeah, for
population
sure.
you
Like
got there.
20,000 members is a huge accomplishment. It's just like, wow. All right, I am a
Mhm.
official member of space.
Yep. There's also this one nation called the Nation of Lovely in England. Basically, this one, I think it was like some YouTuber or something, just started a country
Of
in his
course, it was a
apartment, and he
YouTuber.
just claimed his apartment as a country. And he's just like, "This is the Nation of Lovely," and he gained like the support of like I think it was like 1,000 people or something.
Wow,
It's way more than that. It was like over 40,000 people.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's
40,000
right. It was
for
like
basically saying, "Oh yeah, my apartment's a nation."
Yeah, because he was like a British comedian, so he had a lot of fans that would
oh
sign up
yeah, it was a
for him.
comedian, not a YouTuber. My bad. Uh, or was he a YouTuber? No, he was just a comedian. But, yeah, so he ended up gaining the support of, like, as you said, 40,000 people. And his apartment is kind of I don't think it's around I don't think the actual, like, nation is around anymore, but, like, his apartment was recognized as or not recognized, semi-recognized as an independent nation at
Wow,
one
that's
point.
just
It was recognized by 40,000 people.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of recognition. Um,
He even made his own money.
oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Um,
his money was instead of being backed by gold like the gold standard or being backed by trust, which is what the dollar's backed by,
yeah.
people trusting in its value. His currency was backed by time,
wait,
and he
what?
said
Oh,
the
yeah!
reason for this is because time is money.
Oh,
Time is money,
and
exactly, yeah. So, basically, does his money, like, increase in value over time, or, like
That is a great question. I never looked that far into it.
dude,
Oh
I
my
just had a good
god.
laugh when I heard about it because I saw one clip where he was showing it to one guy, and the dollar he made, it has like his thumbprint or fingerprint on
Oh,
it, and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
"This
yeah.
is how you know it's an official note." And the guy asked, "Well, how are people gonna know it's your
yeah.
actual fingerprint?" And the guy asked, "Well, how will I know if your autograph is actually your autograph if you're not there to tell me?" And the guy's just pauses for a second and he's like, "Good point."
He's like, "Yeah, fair enough." Stamp of
Ah,
approval, you know? Um,
dang.
so, anyway sorry, what were you gonna say? Any
Nothing.
Nah,
Oh, I thought someone was gonna say something. Anyway, how about we start our
dude.
own
You know what?
micronation?
Us three, we could be the first representatives.
Yes. We could reclaim the Republic of East
Dude, you
Florida.
know what? Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, they already have a flag and a slogan, so I figured we just take that and we can just become the Republic of Eastern Florida and claim our
Eh,
capital
Hey, you
as
know what?
well, you know.
I'll
Um,
lead the if we ever get large enough, I'll lead the military. And
all
then
right, bet.
you could be the
I'm down with
acting
that.
commander or whatever, since you have the military experience. And then,
Hell yeah. That's
dude,
how
and
we're gonna
Connor's
do
gonna
this.
be the freaking governor.
Connor
I'm
can
gonna
be
I'm gonna be
our president.
the head guy for East Florida psyops.
Yeah, we can have the Republic of East Florida. We're gonna our territory is all of northeastern Florida
Oh,
and Amelia Island,
dude, Amelia
specifically
Island, we
Amelia
could attract
Island.
so many
Uh,
people.
I know, right? We also claim St. Augustine and all the way down to
Ooh,
Daytona
dude,
and all the way
I claim
inward
Daytona 500.
to oh,
That'll
okay.
be my
You can have it,
headquarters.
trust me.
St. Augustine. We're just gonna take, but just the fort. We're just gonna take the St. Augustine fort.
Yeah, we're gonna take the St. Augustine. We're literally just gonna hole ourselves up into the Castillo de San Marcos and just be like, we're declaring sovereignty over the entirety of East Florida. Yeah. Everywhere from Lake City to Orlando
Yeah,
to
we,
Yulee or
yeah. Do we
Amelia
really want
Island.
Orlando though? It is.
You're right, it's kind of a shithole.
I mean, I live
Oh,
here.
whoops.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
Connor.
I
House of the
mean,
mouse, baby.
oh yeah. Well, no, Orlando can make good money. There's a lot of tourism
Oh,
there.
wait,
So we do want
wait, that's not where
Orlando.
Disney is it?
Yeah, that's where
Dude,
Disney is.
Disney is Orlando.
Bruh.
dude.
Bruh.
Did you think that was in
I
Miami
don't
or
know.
something? Hollywood,
Yeah.
Florida?
Actually, we could technically claim the whole peninsula. We could just be like, because Eastern Florida, the historical
Wait,
territory.
so
Hold
we
on, let
basically
me
just
do
kicked
East
Governor DeSantis out of
Florida.
office?
As as lead manager for East Florida PsyOps, I'm just gonna use that South American drug that you blow in people's faces, and they
Oh
become
yeah,
very complacent with everything you tell them to do.
oh yeah.
So I'll just go. Apparently, the cartels use this all the time to rob people of
Uh,
like all
Oh
their
yeah.
possessions. I'll just go and have a meeting with Ron DeSantis. I'll blow that into his face and be like, "So Ronnie boy, how about you give me literally all of Florida and everything in your
well,
wallet?"
actually,
Okay, so the border of East Florida is actually the Ochlok Och oh god, I can't Ochalok
oh,
Ochalockonee River. Um,
that could be a
I
border.
can't even say that. Or actually, wait, no, it's the
Huh,
Apalachicola River. My bad.
dude, wait,
Um, because it's split right down this little tiny peninsula on the
actually,
side of
we don't
Florida.
have to necessarily if we, do have the micronation, we don't necessarily have to kick Governor DeSantis out. We could just keep him on as kind of like a representative or like a, one of our head guys.
You can say he's the co-leader of the Republic
Oh,
of
I
East
love it.
Florida.
We'll officially call him our puppet leader.
So,
Leader.
Like we're
so
pulling the
basically,
strings
like
here.
Joe
See,
Biden and his administration.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
if we're gonna
yeah,
get
yeah,
political, we might as well just go
but
full send. We're
yeah,
let's
no,
not
let's.
get too political. But hey,
we
we
take the
can.
Apalachicola River, man. We will have like all the power
Oh
over the
wait, you know
oyster
what?
market.
And you
I
know
know,
how there's
right?
a lot of people from California, New York coming down here. I say if we're gonna own this area,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, you know what? You guys cannot come in because you're messing up our area.
Or you're messing up our Florida culture. We need Floridian culture. You imports, get out. We're becoming an isolationist nation. We should
If you
come up with the
don't,
most ridiculous laws
if you
ever.
don't drink rum, if you don't drive a truck, and you don't get sunburn on the back of your neck every weekend,
Oh,
you can't
wait,
become a
wait,
citizen.
Oh dang, then I can't
dude.
become a
No, no.
citizen.
What
Don't do
about this?
that.
With
You do not
with
drink rum.
Oh, I do drink. I
wait,
do
what about
drink
this
rum.
rule? With
Huh?
every purchase of an alcoholic beverage, someone gets a handgun.
Yes, I agree.
Are you still upset
Yes.
from that Family Guy skit?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Every time, for every 1 square foot of land, you have to no, for every 1/2 acre of land, you have to
Yes.
plant 5
Oh,
orange
and
trees. Uh,
I
yes.
wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah, we need to bring the orange
Wait,
tree
and
market back to Florida.
with all the
oh yes.
Chinese buying up land here, I say we just kick the Chinese back into their own nation. Yep,
They
yep.
are they
They're
buying up
buying
land
a
in Florida?
whole bunch of
Yeah,
Oh
land here in
really?
everywhere.
Florida.
They're buying a
Oh,
ton of farmland. They're also like buying land that's like suspiciously close to U.S.
Oh
military
yeah,
bases all across the country.
and Governor
somehow that does
DeSantis
not
is
surprise me.
trying to do something about it, but it's taking longer than expected because China has some friends here. So I
Oh
say
yeah,
if we have the
of course you
micronation,
have.
we just kick out the Chinese altogether.
Yeah, any foreign investment is not allowed unless it goes through the approval of
Correct.
the central government.
Now, if
Um,
you're a Chinese of
uh,
genetics and you were born on U.S. soil and you've lived here your entire life, sure.
how about this? If you become a citizen of the state of Eastern Florida, then it doesn't matter. But if you are a foreign national and you attempt to invest or buy land within this nation, it has to go through the approval of the central government. Actually, no. Before you buy
Yes.
land, you
Oh
have to
yeah.
be a
Oh
citizen.
yeah. They're not
How
even
about that?
citizens. They're
How
just
about
buying
Yeah.
up
that? We
land.
make that a rule. Oh yeah, no foreign entity can buy land in the
Yeah.
Republic of Eastern Florida. And we will enforce this with the Florida National Guard because that's the
Yeah. We
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 don't really
control
have
the
anything else. Uh,
Florida National Guard.
Well, the East
Oh no,
Florida
we don't even. Oh
Defense
no, it's
Force. There you
militia.
go.
Militia.
Oh, the East
Yeah, we
Florida
can have our own
militia.
militia.
militia,
We don't necessarily don't even need the National Guard. We can just create our. Ooh, yes,
and our
yes.
psyops group.
And then I'll be the head security guy of like
Yeah.
cybersecurity and all that.
You'll also have to be you'll also have to live for a minimum of
Yep.
2 years in East
Mhm.
Florida before
Yep.
you're officially allowed to vote.
Oh, actually,
Yes. Let's see.
Because you need to be accustomed to our
yes,
ways and our
agreed.
cultures first.
Mhm. The original capital of the Republic of East Florida was Amelia
Yeah.
Island, but I guess we can change that.
Wait, are we gonna
Um,
take just Amelia Island or like Fernandina? Or wait, no, Fernandina is that. Wait, it's Amelia Island and did
Fernandina is on Amelia Island. Amelia Island, the
is
city, was the
Jekyll
original
Island
capital.
part of Georgia or is it part of Florida? Ah, dang it.
That's in Georgia.
Ah,
Yeah, we can't have Jekyll Island. But we can have everything up to the Apalachicola River, south of the current Florida border, and
oh
all
yeah.
of
And dude,
the
I
peninsula,
claim
basically.
Daytona 500 Speedway as my headquarters.
Oh, okay. Uh,
And
okay, so please, everyone listening to this podcast, join our micronation of the
yes.
Republic of East Florida.
And then
It will
if we
be
get enough
greatly
people on, we'll
appreciated.
create our own
Um,
currency. Then I'll get on it with cybersecurity, and then those two will start developing like military or whatever, police or whatever.
yeah, I will be the de facto head of state because I came up with the idea. Sorry. Sorry,
It's
sucks to
okay.
be
When
everyone
you
else.
have the first meeting with the head of the psyops, don't be alarmed if I bring in
And
some mysterious
I
powder.
I will be
Oh,
I will
okay.
be looking up at everybody's internet usage, and if I see anything suspicious, we will bring it up in the court of law.
Actually,
Are you
is this?
saying we're already going to have the Patriot Act enabled in our country?
Well, I mean I am the head of security, so
Oh yeah, I guess if he is the head of security, he can
I'm
really
not
do
gonna,
some
go
kind
all
of crazy
berserk.
stuff,
I
can
mean,
he?
people are still gonna have, plenty of freedom. It's just, anything,
Mhm.
especially towards foreigners. If I see anything suspicious, then I'm gonna monitor it heavily and have some people on you.
We're gonna be like the Calusa. You try and land in
Well,
our
not
land, we're
kill
gonna
you,
kill
but
you.
just
Um, yeah, yeah. We'll tell you to
yes.
go away very forcefully. Um,
Also, we will also accept any asylum seekers who are single women between the ages of 18 and 26.
oh my well, we a little bit down bad, are we?
Ooh,
We
hey,
down
you know what?
bad, huh?
I'm down with that.
I mean, I'm I'm done. Oh my god.
And if you're a single
Yes.
man trying to gain citizenship, we are going to make it very, very hard for you to get in here.
And you,
If you're
wait,
already married, it doesn't
what
matter.
about this? If they're a
Yeah, it
single
doesn't
man,
matter.
if they want to enter in, they also have to have a single hot female friend of age to come in with them.
At
Yeah,
least
let's make
two,
it two.
maybe more.
Maybe 3.
Make
Dude.
um you also to become a citizen, you have to spend 2 years
Yes,
in
that
our
is
national defense forces.
which will be led by AJ. And he's gonna be actually drill.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's going to be Starship
Actually,
Trooper roles. Service
that
Yes.
guarantees citizenship.
yes.
Oh wait.
Actually, it's led
Oh
by
yeah,
you,
true.
Caleb.
All
So
right,
have
sweet.
fun with that.
Drill is gonna be held every 2 to 3 times a month. So yeah, and you will be trained on everything. You will
Um,
not be given a weapon until properly trained, and even if you are given a weapon, each weapon will be uh, given a tracking device. So if you try and do anything with it or illegal with it, we will kick you out of our territory.
our new
Oh my,
capital is
clean.
Lulu,
No,
Florida.
I veto. I veto.
No, it's a literal
Come on,
tiny
bro.
town though. Look at this. If you
Nah, I
look
don't
up
want Lulu.
Lulu,
I
Florida,
veto.
I'm looking it up now.
I'm the head of security.
you know, who said you have a vote? You're not in the government. Get
Hey,
out of here.
yo.
You listen to me. It's right next to Palestine Lake.
Wait, so what? Are you the dictator?
Yeah, that's right. This isn't a democracy.
we have any? Well, hang on, hang
This
on. If
is
we're looking to have a
the People's
capital,
Republic of Eastern Florida.
if we're looking to have a capital, are there going to be any
Yes,
Hard
yes,
Rock
yes,
hotels in
yes,
this territory that we're claiming?
yes,
Because that
yes,
could just be
yes.
our capital.
Oh, you're right. We could just go to the
I
one in
say
Miami or
Miami
Daytona
because
or
that's where all
whatever.
the partying is.
Oh, you're right. If you
Where we'll
live in
find all the
Miami,
single
you have
women
to go
between
to
the
at least
ages of
one
18 and
block party a
26.
month.
Yeah, because that way it keeps up
2
your
block
social
parties a month?
activities because
Okay.
we have a lot of shy people there, so we want to get them out there and actually socializing. And actually, no, how about this? Males,
Okay.
2 times a month. Females, 3 times a
Mhm.
month.
You're right. Actually, wait, no, this is weird. If you live in Miami Beach, you have to at least host a block party in your house once per year. If there's
And it
not
has to
enough
be a
people,
minimum
maybe
of
twice per
5
year.
people.
If has to be a
Well, I mean, 5
more
people
like
could still
50.
technically qualify as a party, right?
I mean, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
because
what?
50
You
is
know
a
what?
lot to
5
gather up.
people. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Also, the governor of each city claimed in our territory has to write a letter of loyalty expressing explicit loyalty to the Republic of East
Oh,
Florida.
and each month, each governor of the territory has to pay a tribute.
Has to pay a tribute of $1.
Eh,
Come on, there's a ton of cities in East Florida.
yeah, I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Big cities have to pay $5.
Make it 750 just to annoy people.
750? No, 750
Okay,
1.5.
yeah, just to annoy people.
Are we already talking about taxes here?
No, yeah, you gotta each city has to pay for protection, you
Oh yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Miami has to pay, you know what?
I mean,
Make Miami pay like
if
$12.30.
they want my
How about
if they
this?
want my
Voluntary taxes, and if you do pay taxes, then you get our security.
yes.
Exact.
Those,
Oh, I
ooh,
like
yeah.
that.
And I can monitor that as well because if you don't pay, then you don't get my security.
Oh, you're right.
Because how else am
Um,
I gonna fund my own personnel?
how else am I gonna fund my life? I mean, your military force. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna find a new capital for us. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, I don't like
Let's see if I
Lulu.
can. Let's. No, you don't like
Nah,
Lulu?
bro.
What about where is it? I can't find it for the life of me. I know somewhere around here.
Ooh,
What about Old Town, Florida?
old what?
Old Town, Florida.
Ooh, that actually sounds, proper. Yeah.
Or Mayo, Florida.
No,
Or Day,
Mayo
Florida.
sounds like a bunch of old people live there.
Let's see. Let's see.
Old Town, Florida actually doesn't look
Yeah,
that
I'd say
bad.
Old Town.
Yeah, yeah. There's also a town in Florida called Two Egg. We should make that our
Ooh,
capital.
wait.
That.
Since you're gonna be the governor or whatever, do I get permission to
Uh-huh.
make up my own uniforms?
Oh yes, of course.
Sweet.
Now, where's Glass, Florida? We should probably let's see. Here's our capital options. We can have Two Egg, we can have Glass, or we can have Old Town. Yeah, those are our capital
Two
options.
Egg is where I'm gonna have my prison camp.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah? So we're gonna have Gulags and Two
Yes.
Egg? Oh, okay. I'm glad. Oh, actually, no, wait, Two Eggs outside of the Apalachicola.
Ah,
No! Dang it. Okay, so that can't be our capital then. Darn.
nuts.
We can go to Sop Choppy,
Stop. Okay, that
That's
sounds
not how you say
bad.
that. Um, make our
Well,
cap.
here's the thing: we don't tell people where the gulags are, so let's not
Oh, you're
give
right.
out that information.
Caps, Florida. Where's Glass, Florida? Hold on. Glass, FL.
Oh, and wait. Should
Oh,
I put in a curfew?
oh no, Glass, Florida is
Absolutely
No
not. No
curfews?
curfews.
Alright.
no. Glass, Florida's also on the other side of the Apalachicola. Dang. All right. So we could no curfews. We're not a military state. We're not a police state. Come
Yeah,
on now.
fair enough.
Uh,
And what about my cops or security guys? What am I supposed to do for them? Are they gonna act as police?
sure. I mean, they can do like whatever. I mean, oh no, our capital should be Bimini, Florida.
Ooh.
Yes, that's near Daytona.
Yes.
Sort of. Well, it's more. I guess it's closer to Palm Coast, but still. Um, Spuds, Florida. Spuds, Florida should be our capital.
Welcome to Spuds, Florida.
Actually, you know what? Our capital will be will be Amelia Island. We just won't live
Yes,
there.
agreed.
Um, it's fine. Dial,
Dude, we could
Florida.
have a bunch of
That's a
rich
fun
people living
country.
in Amelia Island.
You right. You right. We could have Man, we could have a field day with this. All right, so we're officially the Republic of Eastern
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
now.
Wait, do we even
Um,
have a flag?
and yes, look it up on Wikipedia. Just look up the Republic of East Florida on Wikipedia, and they have a flag, and it's actually pretty badass looking.
Are we gonna well, I mean, if it's already there, then technically it's not ours, or are we just gonna claim it to be ours?
Yep, because I mean the state got disbanded in
Wait,
1812, so I
is
don't
it the
think
one with
anyone
the
else is
star?
claiming it. No, it's the one with the infantryman on it.
Oh
Oh!
yeah, I see that picture now. That looks really cool. I like that.
Dude.
Yeah, and the motto "Salus Populi Lex Suprema" means the good of the people is the highest
Yes,
law.
yes, yes, yes.
This is gonna be our nation. Everyone listening to this podcast, sign a petition. We are going to start the Republic of East Florida, and we are going to claim it
Yes.
as an independent
Oh,
nation.
and, say your roles one more time. I am the, head of security.
I am the head of state.
I'm the head of Central Intelligence and Psychological Operations.
Hell yeah! Now
Ooh,
we need an economics
yes.
advisor. I guess I could probably try and do that.
Central Intelligence is economics. We just we just blow our mind bending powder into people's faces and tell them to give us their money.
Yes. And we all and yes, and we all 3 share, the, whatever, comes in.
Yeah, all the
Oh, yeah,
tax
for
money.
sure.
Basically, the entry process into my branch is if you want to be a secret agent, you just have to slip LSD into any governmental official's drink
Oh
in the
God,
United
you're gonna get a
States.
lot of
Yeah,
people
you are.
arrested. Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? They pass if they get away with it and don't get caught. If they get
Hey, I
caught, then
mean, yeah, that's true.
we immediately just erase any files we have on them and be like, they weren't a member of this nation. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we have no record of you. Sorry.
Oh, and
Basically,
oh, no, I was just gonna say
hmm?
I was gonna instead of a 13-week, boot camp like, military, I am going to have
Yeah.
a 3 to 4-month boot camp.
What? Oh, okay, that's actually not too bad. I was just gonna be like, I bet he's gonna say something ridiculous like 2 years, and we're gonna be like North
No,
Korea or
nah.
some shit.
But, if you
However long it takes for you to hike through the Everglades and not get eaten by a gator, that's how you
yes.
pass.
Our pass is like it's literally survival. We're gonna start from Naples and hike our way to Miami. Um,
Yeah, basically.
oh my
Ah,
gosh,
And then
can
your
you imagine?
graduation process is just partying in Miami for a week, having a huge bender.
Basically,
uh,
and then your punishment for having your party is your hangover afterwards.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Also, every Sunday you have to wear a Hawaiian t-shirt.
Well, I'm not gonna wear it.
Everyone was required to at least listen to
What are you,
one Jimmy Buffett
communist?
song per day.
Wait, what?
Everyone is required to listen to at least one Jimmy Buffett
Oh,
song per day.
facts.
Yeah, we'll just have speakers out in public blasting that 24/7.
Blasting, blasting cheeseburger in paradise or margarita
Oh,
Villers.
yes.
I think cheeseburgers in paradise should just be our national anthem.
Yeah.
Dude, I am totally on board with that.
Oh my
As as
god,
head
this is
as
great.
head of security, you have my vote.
Oh my gosh.
Buy this flag
Yes.
now. I actually legitimately like this flag. I want to
I
buy
know,
it now.
right? Like I love this. Like I saved it to my phone. I was gonna have it as like my phone background, but I never ended up doing it. But yeah, we could definitely claim the Republic of East Florida as a
Dude,
micronation.
yes. Us 3 with, dude, and I have so many law enforcement and, military connections, and I'm sure
Oh
you do
yeah.
as well, AJ.
Oh yeah, I got a couple connections. Not like it'll really get us anywhere, but
Nah.
still.
Dude, all we gotta do is convince Governor DeSantis to give us that piece of territory.
Dude, it's over half the state. I don't think he's gonna give it to us.
We just have to come up with a really good reasoning for why we would do it. Okay, first off, we will sign a non-aggression pact. If Florida ever becomes an independent state, we will be the first to recognize them.
Okay. Yeah, I like
And
where this is going.
and uh, if war is declared on one state, then the other will join in. So if we decide to, I don't know, take over the Contra Republic, the state of Florida has to help
Yes.
us.
Yes. Well, technically, the state of Florida owns the Contra Republic, so I don't think
Nah.
it'll be
You know
too
what? All we
hard.
need is a National
Um,
Guard.
yeah, you're right. Also, what if we decide to go to war with Georgia? Do you think the governor of Florida would help
And
us
do we
out?
really want to though? Georgia's, pretty chill.
I mean, they're all right, but like they could do better under Florida
Yeah,
rule.
that
Just
is
saying.
that's true. And we can take over Bama and kill all those Bama jokes.
Um, they'd just become Florida jokes.
Just need to take over any part of Louisiana or Alabama, anywhere that has gators. Uh, we're taking it.
Well, we'd also have to take West Florida because we wouldn't own anything past the Apalachicola River, so we'd have to take Pensacola first, claim West Florida, and then reclaim the Republic, or rename ourselves to the Republic of East and West
Yes.
Florida, and then just start claiming the entire rest of the United States.
Wait, so how many?
Oh, also, we'd have to come up with a national animal. But remember, whatever we make as our national animal, we can't eat.
The
Oh,
Kraken,
Yes, yes,
The
agreed.
Kraken?
Yes, Kraken.
yes,
Okay, yeah, the Kraken's pretty good.
or the
No,
Leviathan. That should be our national.
the Kraken. I'd say the Kraken.
The Kraken should be our national
Yes.
animal. Our crest looks like the freaking what is it, Hydra logo or something.
Way better than what my idea was gonna be. It was just gonna be a ripoff of the "Don't Tread on Me," but instead it's a water moccasin.
No, that's so good. Oh my gosh. No, it should be the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, but like the
Yes.
Kraken, but
Ooh,
like
Sweat me, baby.
a giant squid or octopus or whatever.
agreed.
Yes, that should be our flag of our military forces. Like that should be our
Ah,
ground force, and then our naval flag should be like the Kraken ripping a ship in half or something.
I like
ah.
that idea. I
Wait a
like that
minute. So would
idea
I
a
be in
lot.
charge of both the land and naval forces?
Well, you're general of the
Yeah,
armed
that is
forces,
true.
right? So you'd be in charge of all of
Sweet.
them, basically. Yeah. Well, all right. This has been really fun and really entertaining, and I'm actually excited to see
Dude,
where this is
50,000
going.
signatures and
But
we'll make this an official republic.
I know, right? We
From
just need to come up with more
Oh yeah.
ridiculous laws.
Dude,
Like,
that's
you can't put
hey,
let's
you know
see.
what? How about this? Next
If
episode,
what?
we'll discuss what our and debate what our guidelines for our new micronation will be.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be
Yes,
a two-part
two
episode. I
parts.
didn't
Two
expect this,
parts.
but all right.
Well, you know what? Also, we don't officially recognize men as adult men until they go boar hunting
Oh yes.
and actually kill a boar.
Oh my gosh.
It'll
We
be a rite
also
of passage, just like in tribal times.
we also don't recognize the People's Republic of China or
Yeah,
the
no, we
Republic of
don't.
China.
They do.
China just doesn't
Nope, they do
exist.
not.
Also, the Philippines are rightfully
Yep.
Spanish territory. Venezuela is also part of the Empire of Spain, and we recognize their
Yes.
Spanish sovereignty over the country of Venezuela. And alligators are legal weapons and have to be registered, and you can use them
Yes.
against intruders.
Yes. Or you can throw them through the Wendy's drive-through window,
Yeah.
like that one Florida man.
And if someone gets your drive-through order wrong, you're legally obligated to throw an alligator through the window.
Uh,
Even if they don't give you a straw, that is
so we're
still
talking
legal
a lot of
grounds.
McDonald's mess
That
ups.
is
Sweet.
yes.
Dude, we will have the most efficient McDonald's in the world because they're going to be frightened of
And they're
having a
gonna make
gator
sure
thrown
their
at
ice
them.
cream machine is
Oh
gonna be
my
always
gosh.
fixed.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
oh yeah.
any Oh, yes. By law, every single ice cream machine in a McDonald's has to work. If it does not work, we shut down and
Yes.
take over that store. It becomes property of the Republic of
Yes.
East Florida.
And
Um,
if it breaks, they have to
yeah.
make sure that it's fixed within 24 hours.
Yes. Exactly. Um,
And with
also
Chick-fil-A, it'll have to be open on Sundays so we can finally have the wonderful feeling
Yes.
of finishing a church service by going to eat Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Dude,
Oh my
oh,
god. I
dude, and
know.
we can make,
Oh, man.
dude, we could totally make Pastor Joby our, like, not necessarily Pope, but, our head.
Oh god, why would we wanna
Nah,
make
not
him
the
the
Pope,
Pope,
but,
man?
head of a
Oh god.
religious,
So
leader or whatever.
Oh god.
You know what?
This
Let
is
we
getting out
gotta
of
save this
hand.
for the next episode.
We really do. Okay, it's time for us to wrap up. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. This has been a
Dude,
wild ride, taking turns that I've
fun
from
one
never
though.
space
expected.
all the way until we're
Um,
gonna make our own micronation. 50,000 signatures,
yes,
and we will officially make our own micronation.
yeah, we'll totally have a petition
Hell
somewhere,
yeah.
probably. I don't know, maybe. Connor, is this gonna happen?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, so it is actually gonna happen. Oh crap, I have to draft up the
Wait, so does that
Constitution
mean I
and
have to
laws? Crap.
put in
Uh,
guidelines and, make up my own military? Sweet.
okay. All right. So thanks everyone for tuning in and listening. I hope you enjoyed. Please, can you leave comments
Yeah,
on YouTube podcasts?
yes.
Please, yeah, leave a comment. Subscribe to our little
Turn on,
channel that we got going on
notifications.
here. Like, yes, that too. I almost forgot.
Like, follow, and share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Follow us
follow,
on
and share.
YouTube, on Rumble, and on Instagram.
Oh yeah, we do have an Instagram at official bar talk. Please do follow us on Instagram. Link should be in the description for the podcast if it is not already on any of our other
Oh, yeah.
episodes. Hint,
And once
hint.
our petition
Um,
is officially out, Connor will let us know, and we will be able to put it out on all platforms that we are currently on.
yes, exactly. And yeah. Anyway, that's that. Also, if um we will shout out. I'm gonna shout out my Twitch channel just because, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Zarok266. That is ZARROCK backslash two. No, not backslash. My bad. 266. Just the numbers. Don't put a backslash. I screwed that up. But whatever. Anyways, it's been a pleasure. Hope to see you
Oh,
guys in the
yeah.
next one.
Adios,
Peace.
amigos.